The first head that I want to explain, and the one that will be probably going off at auction, is first I started with a base, which is a leveling base, beautifully made. It has a gorgeous level. It's Acratech, and it's made in the US. You screw it on, and then you take your ball head joint, and this is also an Acratech, another beautifully made open ball design. So if you're at the beach and get sand in it, it easily wipes off. Also, all extra metal is pretty much taken away to keep it lightweight, and the clamp clamps the way it's supposed to. It's beautiful, and they also have a beautiful camera clamp, Arca Swiss type, with a button here. It's a depressible button, so in case you loosen the clamp by mistake, the camera won't slide out. You don't lose the camera. Also notice the huge bubble. But there are a lot of knobs here. I'll show you in a moment. There's the main tension knob for the leveling base, which you don't concern yourself with, but it's still there. There's the actual panorama, the leveling base knob, the large knob at the bottom, and you level. For pans, you would level the leveling base first, because the level in the tripod would be a nuisance to try and level a tripod, especially on uneven ground. So what you're doing is not leveling the tripod, you're leveling the support system above the tripod itself, regardless of how the legs are sticking out. So you level that with this nice big level, and you tighten that, and that's it. Now you put your camera on here, and notice that here too there's the pan knob, there's the tension knob for the ball head, there's the actual ball head knob itself, and the knob for the camera. And please notice that I put this clamp on the front, and the reason being is if you're doing pan shots and you want to move your tripod a couple of feet over, you don't have to take your camera off of the tripod. You can have the bubble level in the back. And now I know that my tripod, because of the leveling base, is absolutely level. All I have to do is adjust the ball head, so the level on the back of the camera now on the clamp is absolutely level. And now I have my pan. And of course, ideally you would use a clamp which is on the L bracket. This is the Universal by Acratech. I don't like the Universal that much because nothing is marked in terms of centers, so you can mount your camera perfectly and also use all the controls as you can with the new Kirk ones. They make one for the D800E, which is this camera. They make one for several other Nikon and Canon cameras. It's much better to go with a custom-made L bracket. So anyway, the nice thing about the L bracket is all you have to do is unclamp the camera, flip the camera on its side, and you do vertical panoramas, which is kind of nice to stitch. Okay, so that's this setup. This is the Nikon D800E with a 24 by 120 f4 lens. So pretty substantial. Okay, now I'll take this device off. So I didn't like this setup, especially for travel, for convenience. I'm 70 years old now, and the mind is going slow, and to remember all these knobs and the placements from one shoot to the other, it makes me kind of crazy. So I went with this gorgeous little, also Acratech device, and it works the same as any other ball head. I forgot to tell you that the GV2 that I had on also can work as a gimbal head, and it works very well. I've shot the 300 f4 lens with it, with a Kirk plate mounted on the lens itself, and it was absolutely free-floating and beautiful. Anyway, I'm not going to demonstrate this except to show you that this is the normal clamp, has the gimbal design here, and with the camera, of course, you have the whole gimbal action that you might want. The nice thing about this clamp, and this is the GP-SS. There's a GP, which is the normal reversible clamp. What you do is you unscrew the camera clamp, again with a gorgeous big level on it, and calibration marks for centering your camera so you have a perfect axis control. You, with the Allen key that's applied, you take off the clamp, unscrew the ball head, and place the clamp on the foot. And you'll see that this now becomes a pan head, which is about 1/3 of the weight of the previous setup that I showed you with the GV2. Okay? So now all you do is, again, my problem is all these controls, but that's all right. If you have a folding tripod, travel folding tripod, I would highly recommend this head, because you can certainly get the legs in the most enclosed position possible. And now what we have, I'm not going to go through the whole demonstration, but all you have to do is level the plate. Again, if you put the camera with the knob in the front, all you need to do, since the pan head is above the ball head, all you need to do is with the ball head, level it one step, and now you loosen your pan, which is up here, okay, and you have your panorama, no matter, as long as you're on axis, on the sensor plane, then however you rotate this, you'll still be level, and it'll be a lot easier and more precise in stitching your photographs. However, I did try one other device, and that is the one I'm keeping. It's the